When iPhone XR came out, it was initially thought to be a failure by Apple to identify a market to actually sell it to. Like, everyone was like, who's this device for? And it really didn't sell well during its first quarter. But as of this year, the tide has changed, and according to Cult of Mac, iPhone XR now makes up 38% of Apple's handset sales. And keep in mind, XS and XS Max make up 21% of the handset sales, so that's an immediate indication that iPhone XR is really outselling the top-of-the-line iPhones. And I've seen this trend happening. I wanted to make a video on it, and I really thought about it when I actually went to the store with my sister to help her pick out a phone, and she chose it. I've also seen my friends pick them up, so I'm seeing these phones everywhere, and I'm like, why is everybody buying them? I'm a XS Max user myself. I wanted to spend that money because I'm like a tech head, like I want the best of the best, top of the line. But for the average consumer, their needs are different. And instead of, doing a review or talking about it myself, I decided to interview two of my friends who bought this phone in the past year, just ask them about their overall experience with this phone and why they bought it and just how they're liking it. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump into the average consumer perspective of the iPhone XR in 2019.
I think the phone feels great in my hand. With the case that I have, it's a bit heavier, and I like that. And even without the case, it's a slim phone, but I think it feels great in my hand.
It feels really quality. It's like a nice phone. I like the back, the glass. I haven't had any problems with it like breaking or anything. It is just like a little bit on the heavier side, but you get used to it really quick.
The speakers are great. I listen to music all the time, and I normally would use headphones or something like that, but even when I don't use headphones, I can hear the music perfectly, and it's really loud. A lot better than previous iPhones.
So the speakers are good. I usually use them for YouTube videos. Just the overall sound is good. And
when I'm using my phone, I think that the colors look great. I think when I'm either looking at pictures or watching videos, I think it all looks very sharp and very clear. The quality is great. I have no fits about it. I love how the display reaches all four corners. It's really big. It's great for consuming media such as YouTube videos or Instagram, stuff like that. It makes it look very clean, very futuristic. Yeah.
So the display on it, it's very nice. It like covers the whole screen, and it just blends well into the back, and everything just feels really nice about it. So I mainly use it for social medias like YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram.
Battery life on this phone is very long lasting. I'm usually on my phone for about 2 to 2.5 hours a day. It depends on the day, but I never have to charge it more than once a day. Usually sometimes it lasts me more than 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Especially on days where I'm not on my phone a lot, I'll only waste about 30 to 40%, and that can get me through a whole day.
Don't think I've ever had this phone die. I charge it every night, so I've never had a problem with that. Even if you just have to charge it for a little bit, it wouldn't be like having to wait there for 30 minutes to an hour. I usually use it for 4 to 5 hours, and I still have enough battery life for a while.
In terms of pictures, I'm not one who really takes a lot of pictures, but on the pictures that I have taken, I've had a great experience. The pictures are really high quality. The colors are true to life. The videos look really great. I use Snapchat a lot, and the front-facing camera and the back-facing camera, they all look great. Very high quality, no matter if there's really bright outside or it's really dark. Taking pictures with the flash, all very good.
With the camera, it's very good. I think it has good color depth to all the pictures. If I take videos, there's good sound quality. Pictures are always good as long as I don't just take one in 1 second. If I let it focus, it'll be really nice. Snapchat image quality is pretty good. I'm one of those forehead pics guy, so there's not really too much image, but if I wanted to take a good picture of sunset or something, it still works fine.
In terms of performance, the phone is very fast when I'm opening apps or switching through apps. I'm not one to usually have a lot of apps open at once, but I know if I were to do that, I wouldn't have any problems. I do enjoy iOS. I've never used any other system. I've always been an Apple person. I do love it because it's very fast. It's very easy to use.
The phone is really fast for me. I play a lot of games, so I like it really fast. So I've never had a problem with this being slow. unless you like open 50 apps at just like back to back, just like trying to spam it. But if you use it on a regular basis, it'll work great.
The Face ID feature on this phone is really fast and really responsive. This is my first experience with it, and moving from Touch ID, I honestly think it's better. It's much more convenient, and using it for all types of stuff like using your credit card or getting apps, I think it's really convenient and much better than Touch ID.
Face ID is pretty good. I wear glasses, so if I have them off, it'll still recognize me. It still works in the dark most of the time too. It's not 100%, but...
So I hope their perspective was refreshing if you were thinking about buying this phone. I think it's an excellent handset, although I don't own one. And yeah, I think I kind of figured out why it sells so well. It's kind of obvious. You could probably piece this together. I'm not a genius. This is no epiphany. People are just not willing to fork out $1,000. Yes, people bought the iPhone XS and XS Max more so when it first came out. That's just how it works. You know, the newer iPhones sell out, you know, in the first like pre-orders, like it sells out initially when it's hot and it's new. But as time goes on, people tend to buy the last generation models and cheaper models, and that's it. iPhone XR is cheaper, and it's the best bang for your buck iPhone. I think you get pretty much the same camera you get on the 10 and XS Max, minus a telephoto lens. You get wireless charging, you get a full screen display, albeit the bezels are thicker and you don't get like a 2.5K or like 1440p resolution. I know it's not that exact number, but you know what I mean. It's less than, you know, 1080p, but people don't really seem to mind that. It's an excellent phone with a great battery life. Again, great performance. I forgot to mention that it is an A12 processor, just like the top of the line phones, and it's like significantly cheaper. It's $350 cheaper than the baseline XS and $450 cheaper than the XS Max. So it makes sense why people would opt for this phone over those. It's all about money, and it appears that the average consumer, like my friends, opted for that because it's just a more economical choice, and it offers them, again, more value for their money. They're not going to notice the 2K, or I keep saying it, like the higher resolution display. They're not going to notice the telephoto and the better portrait mode. They're not going to notice the stainless steel. They just want a really great iPhone without spending $1,000, whether they pay it out of pocket all up front or finance it. So yeah, with all that said, I'd like to hear what you think about the iPhone XR, whether you own one, whether you're thinking about buying one, or whether you hate it or love it, whatever. Leave me a comment if you think it's a good phone, a good value. Again, maybe tell me about your experience if you own one, or if you think it's a total ripoff, and if you have an alternative you'd like to tell people about. I'd really appreciate it if you leave a like in this video. Again, comment if you have any questions or suggestions, and subscribe for more content like this. And I always say that, but you know, I've actually been looking into, you know, YouTube SEO, or like trying to get your content out more, and it's really important to have your audience engage if you want to do well. So I really do appreciate any engagement that you guys have. So just keep that in mind. It really does help me out in getting my videos to more people. And as always, I'm Noah, and I will catch you all in the next one.
I can't say the word now. Okay. Build quality. Build quality. Build quality. Okay. The build quality of the phone is great.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry, dude.
I can't.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Ooh, I need to make this just quick, like a quick answer. Okay. I wouldn't say it's the lights. It's just like I feel like I'm on the spot, you know? I feel like I'm in class and what is it? Teacher just asked me a question that I don't know the answer.
Okay.
The display, in my opinion, looks really sharp. The colors really pop. Why would I say pop? Who says pop? Great. Obviously, if you spend more money, you could get more.
Hey, this happens to me all the time.
If you spend more money, you could get stuff that is. What am I trying? What am I saying right now? What am I saying right now? Okay. Whoa.
Do it.
Okay. When I'm looking at stuff on my phone, it looks great. Dude, you're laughing. Why are you laughing? I could see you. Oh, I feel like none of these answers are good
it's
at
okay.
all.
You've never done this before.
Oh.
Because I'm always on the other end of the camera getting mad.
No matter you're watching videos or looking at pictures, it really captures everything. and you don't feel like you're missing out on anything of the picture or video that you're watching. Man, Noah, why'd you pick me?
You're fine.